Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Bengals, and leading them is the same man that's led them since 2011. Their second leading passer in franchise history, and that's Andy Dalton. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
And they come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A second straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
From the 29, Dalton brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Dalton, 1st and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, but it's going to be second down. Now a look at the defensive starters here for the Steelers. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. A check on the numbers last week for Conner. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. They run with Conner, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Conner.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 14th touchdown now. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Here's Rudolph. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
That's fielded in the end. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. So Dalton now. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Andy Dalton looked good on that pass, but I'll tell you what, all-time in his career against Pittsburgh, it has been a struggle. 3-12 as a starter against these Steelers. Just more evidence of their dominance over the years in the AFC North. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
"34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd